Multinationals are under intense pressure to compete with emerging local brands. They can act nimbly while larger organisations are slower and more bureaucratic. It's significant that some multinationals are having a hard time in India creating and marketing their products because the market is changing so fast. On top of that, the leaders of the Indian entrepreneurial companies tend to be younger and more attuned to the local conversation. Indians who once travelled globally to fulfill their business dreams can now do it locally. India can tap into an educated workforce to sell its products, but also to create them. India, innovation and creativity are three words that are connected. The classic motorcycle brands like Triumph or Harley-Davidson now purchase certain parts from Indian manufacturers, like Royal Enfield here, this wonderful machine which was once an original British brand. Driving on India's poor road infrastructure requires local brands to build extremely sturdy vehicles, and they have. Back in the home, brands have introduced air conditioners and TVs that repel mosquitoes. That's not peculiar because in India, mosquitoes are not only annoying but also life-threatening. These kinds of technology innovations are helping India become a technology exporter to Southeast Asia and Latin America. And this in turn has an influence on how brand building takes place in those regions. Marketeers have driven customer engagement by capitalising on the popularity of platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and YouTube to promote their content. The advantage for newer Indian brands is significant. They can take insights about India and make them the centre of their product offering, but multinationals work in the reverse. They take an existing product sold outside of India and apply local insights to give the product an Indian face. This approach can work, but in this hyper-competitive environment, mistakes are costly. A serious mistake can erase years of brand building. Indian conglomerates are in a particularly difficult position. They're in the middle, squeezed by competitive pressure from the new, agile, smaller Indian brands and from the large, well-respected multinationals. To say the least, the Indian economy and marketplace is highly competitive. Choice is everywhere here in India, and brand loyalty to local firms, goods and products is strong and growing in importance. Made in India has a new charm. It almost transcends the attraction to everything Western and makes India the mecca for growth in the region. Glocal suits India and its young people well. Their nation is their badge of honour. You have to come here and experience it to believe in all things India. I am constantly amazed by this country's capacity to adapt, change, catch up, innovate and take the lead. Changing family roles and the ability of young consumers to persuade the older generation to adapt with them makes traditional and modern happy partners here in India, even if social tensions are still evident. In India, the stakes are high, but the rewards are huge. You'll need to stay well tuned into what your customers are telling you, but social media channels can help you do that. Whether you live in a city or a rural village, in the new India, information is changing hands at quite some pace. That means the Indian economy offers huge and massive opportunities for brand building, innovation and investment. To find out more about the top 50 most valuable Indian brands 2016, just go to www.brandz.com and download the entire report. full of insight, analysis and thought leadership pieces from WPP companies here in India and the entire top 50.